Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And if you're new to the channel, then this channel is just about different ways we learn to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is that we need so that we can lead our best lives. So let's jump right into it. So I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. Like today, my vibe is just so calm and it's so chill. And it's a little like tired, but not like burnt out. Just like if you can see, like it's a rainy day. It's just very calm and peaceful in the atmosphere today. So I feel like it's a perfect day to make this video. But yeah, let's get into it. So as you guys already know by the title, this video is more so concerning a mindset shift. And as I've been just experiencing, like I feel like I'm in a transitional stage right now in life, I'm noticing a lot of thought patterns and a lot of like ways of thinking and ways that I've done things in the past that has led me to different decisions, and sometimes like trauma and heartbreak, but decisions that also helped me define like who I was. And I feel like now I'm shifting into like a new me. And a lot of like, and I think it's probably because like at the end of this year I'll be 30. And I keep saying that I'm 30, but I'm not 30 yet. I turned 30 in December. But I feel like a lot of my 20s, and even just like as a teenager, I always kind of obsessed with, well, what if this goes wrong? Well, what if that goes wrong? Well, what if that doesn't work out? And I noticed that a lot of times when I had those worries and those concerns, everything worked out for me. And everything that I did to kind of prepare, or everything that I did to preventative care was like an extra measure that actually in the end made things a little more stressful for me and made the process a little less fun, right? Because in life we should be enjoying our journey, enjoying our process. A lot of people just look at the destination and they just think like, this is it, this is the goal. And I kind of look at it the same way I look at training or working out. It's like, that's your goal, but it's fun for me. It's fun to work out. It's fun if I decide to do yoga or if I want to do Pilates. It's fun. And as I'm getting there to whatever fitness goals or whatever I have, it's the journey that made it fun to get there. Because now once I get there, I can look back and tell my story. And I can look back and have memories and have just a point of identifying myself through the process, but also identifying the process and owning it as my own. So what if it all goes right? What does that look like? What does it look like if everything goes right? And putting that energy and that mindset out instead. Because if and when you do that, you're going to take out a lot of the stress. But also, if you think about it, 9 times out of 10, the things that you plan, most things work out. Most things work out. It's the things that don't work out, we're like, whoa, what happened? But sometimes we get so hyper fixated on certain things that it starts to seem like there's more wrong. But that's not the case. There's actually more right going on in your life at any point of time. That's not to say that there aren't bad things happening or that bad things can't happen, but it's to say that most things are working in your favor. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to hop off the camera for a second. So if you see me change positions, that's why. So once I came to the realization of that, I also realized another thing that happens, right? Tell me, how many times have you said, for an example, like, I'm not going to go that way. Let's say it's like you're driving somewhere. I'm not going to go that way because every time I go that way, there's a bad car accident. So I'm not going to go that way. I'm already late. Nah, I'm not going to go that way. And you keep saying that. Every time you think of that route, you associate it with a car accident. I'm not going to go that way. There's always a car accident. There's always a car accident. I'm not going to go that way. And then one day you go that way, right? And there's a car accident. And what happens? You say, I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have gone this way. I knew I shouldn't have gone this way. There's always a car accident. And then it makes me think, like, there was going to be a car accident that way, regardless of your mindset. So rather you thought of it being a car accident there or not, there was going to be one. But because you keep putting that in your mind, and because your mind keeps telling you that's what's going to happen there, that's what happens. Like, it becomes our reality. It becomes what we said. And that's why it's kind of like, it's kind of tricky. And like, as I sit there and think about it, I'm like, but if you didn't think of it as being like a car accident area, the car accident may have still occurred, of course, right? It still was going to happen, but it was not like projected. It was just like, oh, okay, this has happened. The way you accept it is different. I hope that makes sense. So that's something that I'm learning to practice now. Putting out the energy that I can prepare myself for different things and different scenarios, of course. But I can focus on the what if the good happens instead. What if I do this and it works out? What if I do that and it works out? Instead of the what if I do this and it doesn't work out for me. Another good example would be, I'm like a review queen. Like, I will review the hell out of something. Like, I love giving reviews, especially for food, because I feel like reviews has saved me money on things that I would have spent a lot of money on. But then I read the reviews and I'm like, never mind. Or like, you go somewhere, you're like, I want to go there, and you read the reviews and you're like, ooh, never mind. So reviews save me, so I do my due diligence and I give reviews back out. But there is, for Organics Natures, if you see like my sea moss video, they have something they call like the VP of the week. And the VP of the week is just a person who wrote a review, and they select them. And then after they select that person, they give them a free product, right? So every week, I'm seeing this email. It comes through as an email. And it's nice. I'm a people's people. So when I'm a people's person or something like that, I don't know, whatever. But when I see one come through, I'm like, okay, nice. And sometimes it's products I haven't tried. So I'm reading their reviews to see what they're saying. Like, oh, everybody needs to try, the anti-inflammatory da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, okay. What else are they saying about it? Like, maybe I should try it. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me good feedback. But one day, or not one day, it was Monday, I got the email. And it goes, VP of the week. Are you the VP of the week? And as soon as I seen that, like, something in my head was like, no, I never win these. I do all kinds of surveys for this and that. I'm always giving my advice. I'm always giving my feedback. I never win. And something in my head said, don't open it. Like, there's no point in opening the email. You're going to find out that there's another VP, and then what? That's the mood that I was in at that time. But then something else overrode that thought. And it was like, just open it. You open all the other ones knowing, you open all the other ones knowing that you're just going to get information. Why not open this one? Y'all, tell me why I opened it, and I was the VP of the week. I was the VP of the week. Yay. So now I get something free. But so there's two things that exist, right? There's two things that I can take away from that moment. Number one, our reality is our thoughts. Our thoughts are our reality, right? So if you're constantly saying, I'm never gonna win, I never win these things, why would I even do this? I never win. It becomes your reality. You don't win. because then other things start to follow. You stop putting in the effort to win. I wouldn't have put in the effort to look at the email and I would have never seen it and I would have won, but because I think I always lose, I would never even known that I've won. I don't know if they reach out multiple times, but imagine that. Imagine if I didn't have that override and I just said, I would have missed that blessing. I would have missed out on my free CMOS. Here's another thing to take into consideration with it. We always give up or stop trying right before we're rewarded. Right before we are rewarded. And I can name that with 1,000 things. But if I just use the CMOS example again, I've only had that subscription for, I guess, 2 months. So, well, it will almost be 3 months. So altogether about 12 weeks. Meaning I seen 12 other winners, at least. I've seen at least 12 other winners. And right before I was like, I'm done reading these. There's no point. I won. Right when I was going to give up on reading those emails anymore. Here's another example. It was a couple of weeks ago. Terry wrote down a riddle. And he was like, babe, saw this riddle. And I kept reading it. And I was like, is it da-da-da-da-da? He's like, no. I was like, what about, blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, no. And I kept trying. And I even got to the point to where, because I'm really good at like breaking down riddles and I like writing poetry and stuff like that, that I was doing like wordplay and like I had good answers. Like, oh, that's a good answer. Oh, that would be a nice one. But it wasn't the correct answer. It wasn't what he was looking for to be the answer. But it was other things that made sense. And then right before I was going to give up, he's like, you want me to tell you? And I was like, man, I don't know. I was like, I don't know this. I guess it's just, is it da-da-da-da-da? And then he was like, yeah. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, that's the answer. And I was like, okay. And I told him, I said it in that moment. I said, see, it's right when you were about to give up that you finally get that blessing or you finally get that break that you were looking for. And then it all circles back to, what if it does work out? What if it does? What if you keep putting in the work to achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve and it works out for you? What if you keep working toward that degree and you get it? What if you keep saving that money and you get your car or your house? Like, what if you keep doing this? Not what if I keep trying and it doesn't work? What if it does? What does that look like? Last thing, because it's also going to segue into another video that I'm going to do sometime soon. But if you can see it, you can visualize it in your head. You know how sometimes you think of something you want? Like you're like, I want to get Starbucks. And in your head, you see yourself at Starbucks. Like you're visualizing it because you're putting yourself where you want to be. If you can visualize it like that, anything that you want, it's because it's not only possible, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And your brain already sees it happening, right? You just have to do the work to get there. That's the challenge. That's the part your brain's trying to figure out. That's the part your brain's like, well, how do I get there? That's the journey of it all, right? But what if it works out? What about when it does work out? What does that look like? How does that feel? So really, just this video, I just wanted to share those sentiments with you guys. But I also wanted to just kind of put out the energy to tell people to keep trying. Whatever it is you're doing, keep trying. It's eventually going to hook. I was telling Terry, I was like, well, this is kind of a sidebar, but we were like talking about fishing. And I was like, I've never fished before. I don't know how to fish. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure that if I keep throwing out my line, I'm eventually going to catch something because that's just how it works. Like you've thrown it out so many times, you're going to get something. So just kind of think about it like that. Keep throwing out. Is it like called casting or something? I can't remember. But keep throwing it out. It's gonna bite. And what if it does? How does that look like? How does that feel for you? Yeah. That's a vibe. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go back to chilling. I'm probably just gonna drink some coffee and look out this window. But that's just what was on my mind. I just wanted to talk to somebody. And yeah. So guys, let me know. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.